Greetings everyone. This video that you're about to see will greatly inspire you, and I hope that it will also spur you into taking requisite action before the time is over. This video is kind of a sequel to the first encounter video that was published on this channel. And in case you haven't seen that video, I adjure you to please see it. You cannot afford to miss it. You know, when God gives a man a message twice or more times, it is an indicator that the subject matter should be handled seriously. Just like it happened in the Bible, when Joseph was interpreting the dream of Pharaoh to him, after Pharaoh had told him how he had two dreams in one night, Joseph said to him, according to the book of Genesis chapter 41 verse 32, he said, "And for that the dream was doubled unto Pharaoh twice, it is because the thing is established by God, and God will shortly bring it to pass." So I believe for God to be showing these things repeatedly is a show that we should do all we need to do while we still have the time. This is what I saw. The fruit called strawberry, very ripe ones, was littered all over the place, over a very vast land. And myself and a selected few were appointed to pick up these berries. We're also given something like a basket or a bowl to pick up these berries with. The task was this: when you finish picking your own, if your basket is filled, you are to go to present it to a master. And it happened to be that the master was somewhere in the sky. Now, when you are going to submit the basket full of berries, you that gathered the berries and the berries that you gathered will all metamorphose into stars, and you will proceed to the master as the way you see stars lined up in the sky, progressing towards a particular location. You are to go there to submit the berries to him, which are now stars. So we started the task. All the people that were appointed to pick up these berries started picking up theirs. Those that got their basket filled first went ahead, going to submit their own basket to the master. Now, this was the problem. I started like every other person that was given the responsibility to pick up these berries. So I started picking mine. But along the line, before my basket got filled, I got distracted. I got carried away. I noticed that there were things that I was giving attention to that I was not supposed to give attention to. And these things were not allowing me to fill my basket fast. And take note of this. There was a time frame allotted to this task. There was a timer that was set to this task. So while I was distracted, procrastinating, saying I will do it later, don't worry, there's still time, I'll feel it soon. So I was at that, and the time allotted got finished. As soon as the time elapsed, immediately all the berries that were not yet picked, that were still on the ground, all of them turned to charcoal, fiery charcoal. The strange thing is this, that even the ones that I managed to pick that were still in the basket, that I had not gone to submit to the master, they too turned to charcoal. And really, this was a scary sight. As soon as the time elapsed, then it dawned on me how much time I had wasted, how other things that were distracting me were not important. It became clear to me that only one thing mattered, which was seeing to it that the task that was given to me was properly and timely handled. And I understood that because I did not diligently respond to the task that was given me, I knew I was going to be severely punished for it. And the worst of it was the sadness that filled my heart, seeing that these berries, both the ones on the ground and the one in my basket, had turned to charcoal because I did not pick them up. That feeling was extremely devastating. Regardless of how I felt, regardless of the regrets, the sad thing is that there was no more time. The time had elapsed. So after this vision of the night, the very next morning, I took up my Bible to study. When I flipped my Bible, guess where opened up? The book of Daniel, chapter 12, verse 3. Say, "And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever." Can you imagine that? This was what I literally saw the strawberries that were gathered and those that gathered them all turned to stars in the sky, and they were moving in one accord, going to meet the master. It was a great sight. It was one of the most beautiful things I ever saw. You know, if you listen carefully, you realize that all I've explained so far are self-explanatory. However, part of the interpretation of this vision is clear in the book of Matthew chapter 9, verse 37. It says, "Then said he unto his disciples, The harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few." Now in verse 38, he says, "Pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest, that he will send forth laborers into his harvest." So the strawberries we saw that were littered all over the ground connotes the souls that are right. It is the plenteous harvest that Jesus mentioned in this scripture. Now, myself and a few other people that were selected and given the responsibility of picking up these strawberries are the laborers. For the strawberries transforming into stars is what the book of Daniel chapter 12 verse 3 is talking about. He said, "They that be wise, they shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn men into righteousness as the stars forever and ever." Every soul that is born on planet Earth is a star in the realm of God. No wonder we heard that a crown that will be put upon soul winners in heaven will be decorated with stars. These stars are the souls that were won by these people while they were on earth. The remaining strawberries that were not yet picked turned to charcoal. That is exactly what is going to happen to every unbeliever. Anybody that is not born again, that is not saved before the day of rapture, will burn like charcoal in hellfire. That is what it simply means. Now, the few strawberries I had already picked that were in the bowl, that I have not gone to submit to the master yet, he said that this is indicative of everyone that is in the church but not yet saved, that have not yet met Jesus Christ. You know, a church is like a basket. A church is like a bowl where people gather. But that you are gathered in church does not mean you have met the Lord. Remember, the assignment was this: we gather the strawberries in the bowl, we go to submit the strawberries to the master, right? Now, the ones I gathered that were in the bowl that I have not yet gone to submit to the master, these are like people that I have invited to church but had not yet introduced them to Jesus. People that are already in church, probably belonging to a department, have one title or the other in church, but they have not met Jesus one-on-one. Their heart is not yet connected to Jesus Christ, because church membership is not synonymous to being born again. One of the things I have seen in the recent time, especially when we go out there to do evangelism, you meet people, some of them you meet them in the beer parlor, you meet them doing certain things, you know that these things are ungodly things, things that the child of God shouldn't be doing. If you try to give them a flyer or want to preach to them, immediately they will tell you, "I have my own church." But having your own church is not indicative that you know Christ. Having your own church does not mean that you are a child of God. So let's not be deceived. Let nobody make you feel that because you are a member of church A or church B, that you are automatically qualified to go to heaven. You must have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. And let me say this, I hope I am not misunderstood or misconstrued in any dimension. As a church member, you must be careful the church you attend. Yes, you must be careful who you call your pastor. You must be sure that the church you attend and the pastor of that church is pointing you to Jesus Christ, leading you to meet Jesus. That is the kind of church you should attend. If you are attending any church presently and you are not being taught how to know the Lord, how to serve Him in obedience, how to serve Him in holiness, how to live in purity, then you are in a wrong bowl or basket. Because at the end of it all, your soul is what matters. Where you will end up is what matters. Will you be among those that will be as stars, or will you be among those that will be burnt in hellfire? Think on this and make your decision fast. And for you, the born again Christian, what are you still waiting for? Start winning souls today. Don't let any soul go to hell because you did not do your job. Don't let any soul go to hell because you were distracted with frivolities. because you were carried away after money or chasing after things that does not have eternal value. And for the ministers of God, the ministers of the gospel, among whom I am numbered, I beg of us, let us focus on leading these people to Jesus. Let us focus on teaching them how to live a holy life, how to obey Jesus Christ with purity of heart and purpose. Let's not fill their heart with materialism. Let's not make them think that making money or wealth is the ultimate thing in life. It is high time we started teaching them the truths of the gospel, the things that truly matters, the things that truly count. Child of God, let nobody go to hell under your watch. Hellfire is a place that is designed for eternal torment. It is not a place you want even your worst enemy to go to. I know everybody may not be saved. Even this warning and this message that I'm giving, a lot of people may even take it for granted. I know all that. But let's keep pushing. Let's keep doing our part. The ones that will hear will hear. The ones that will be saved will be saved. But it is dependent on you and I going out there and preaching the gospel. In conclusion, if it will please you to have the YouTube algorithm recommend this video to other people around the world to see, kindly click on the like button and subscribe, because we have so many other soul awakening videos to bring to you. If you are a Christian that is living in this end time, it is recommended that you see videos like this more often. It is a proven way to keep you on track and on fire for the Lord. Until I see you again in our next video, may the Lord be with you. May the Lord cause his face to shine upon you. In Jesus' name.